The Prompt Payment Act is a U.S. federal law that aims to ensure that government contractors and subcontractors are paid promptly for their work on federal government contracts. The PPA was enacted to promote efficiency in government procurement by reducing the financial burden on contractors and subcontractors and encouraging their participation in government contracts. Key provisions of the Prompt Payment Act include payment timelines. The PPA sets specific deadlines for the federal government to make payments to contractors. Generally, the government is required to make payments within 30 days after receiving a proper invoice. Subcontractors must be paid by prime contractors within 7 days of receipt of payment from the government. Contractors and subcontractors are required to submit proper and accurate invoices to facilitate prompt payment. Invoices must comply with the terms and conditions of the contract and be submitted in the format specified in the contract. Disputes and withholding payments. The PPA provides mechanisms for addressing payment disputes. If there is a dispute over the amount owed, the government can withhold a portion of the payment, but it must pay the undisputed portion promptly. Prompt payment discounts. Contractors are encouraged to offer discounts to the government for early payment. This can be a way for contractors to receive payment faster and potentially reduce the overall cost of the contract. What happens if the U.S. government doesn't pay its contractors on time? If the U.S. government does not pay its contractors on time, it can have several consequences for both the contractors and the government itself. Accrued interest. The Prompt Payment Act requires the government to pay interest on late payments to contractors and subcontractors. This interest is typically calculated based on the prevailing market rate. Contractors can claim interest on the overdue amounts, and the government is legally obligated to pay it. This can increase the overall cost of the contract for the government. Financial strain on contractors. Late payments can create financial hardships for government contractors, particularly smaller businesses that may rely heavily on government contracts for their revenue. Delayed payments can affect a contractor's ability to meet its own financial obligations, including paying employees and suppliers. Reduced participation. Consistent late payments by the government may deter contractors from bidding on future government contracts. Contractors may opt to work with other clients who offer more reliable payment terms, which could limit competition for government contracts and potentially lead to higher costs for the government. Potential for disputes. Late payments can lead to disputes between contractors and the government. Contractors may challenge the government's refusal to pay interest or dispute the reasons for delayed payments. Resolving these disputes can be time-consuming and costly for both parties. Impact on project timelines. Delayed payments can disrupt project timelines and milestones, potentially leading to project delays. This can have a cascading effect on other projects and government initiatives, impacting overall program and project management. Contract termination. In extreme cases, if payments are excessively delayed, contractors may consider terminating the contract. However, contract termination is a complex process with its own legal and financial implications. Reputation damage. Contractors may share their experiences with late payments, which can harm the government's reputation as a reliable business partner. This can impact the government's ability to attract qualified contractors in the future. Timely payments not only uphold the government's commitment to fairness and reliability, but also foster a thriving ecosystem of contractors, large and small, who contribute to vital public services and infrastructure projects. Overall, the Prompt Payment Act is designed to protect the interests of government contractors by ensuring they receive timely and fair compensation for their work on federal contracts. Contractors can benefit from this law by understanding its provisions and adhering to its requirements.